Greetings of the day, viewers. I am Lakshman Jajodia, Assistant Professor, Department of Advanced Management Studies, GS College of Commerce, Varda. In the last lecture, we have discussed about what is job evaluation, what are the purposes for having the evaluation of various jobs in the organization, what are its advantages and disadvantages. In this lecture, we are taking the particular term further and we would look after principles of job evaluation, what is its procedure or process, and we will in short discuss the types of job evaluation. So before getting to the principles of job evaluation, we will in short discuss the definition of job evaluation. It has been defined as the process by which we determine the worth of a job on the basis of duties, responsibilities and work of a particular job in relation with other jobs in the organization, so that we can have a rational pay structure in the organization. Now moving on to the principles of job evaluation. The very first principle of job evaluation is we have to rate the job, not the man working on that particular job. Remember one thing, whenever we are going for the evaluation of any kind of job, we are not rating the person who is doing that job. We are rating that particular job, we are rating that particular work. Human resource cannot be rated on the basis of job evaluation process. The definition itself says that we have to determine the worth of a job, not of an employee. So that is why what first thing is, we have to rate the job, not we have to rate the man or particular employee. Second thing, whatever elements we are taking into the account for the purpose of evaluation should be definite. It should be known to everyone what are the elements which are going to be in the process of job evaluation. Third thing, there should be uniformity in the understanding of the evaluation process. Uniformity in the sense of what a thing is understood by one HR personnel while having the evaluation process, in the same terms or in the same definition it should be understood by others also. If there would be certain differences among these, it can create a problem, or else we can say it can create some issues in the evaluation process. For eliminating that and for having a fair evaluation and process, there should be uniformity in the understanding of each and every factor which are we going to grade. Next thing is, the factors which are in the evaluation parameters should be well explained to the employees. It should be well known to the employees what are the factors on which we have done the evaluation or we are going to do the evaluation. It should be clearly defined to the HR personnel. At the same time, it should be explained to the employees. If we are not going to explain it, how can we expect cooperation from the part of employees? That is our next thing, next principle, that we need the cooperation from the employees. For taking the cooperation from the employees, it is quite necessary that we should get them in confidence by telling everything regarding to the process to them, by telling the factors responsible for the evaluation process. Next thing is, we should talk only in point values, not in money. When we move on to the types of job evaluation or methods of job evaluation, we will discuss the thing in detail, but right now in short, we should be evaluating jobs in terms of point. Either it may be ranking or any other system which is comfortable with the organization or human resources, but it should not be on the basis of monetary terms. We should not assign monetary value to the particular evaluation. Next thing is, we have to encourage the participation of the employees so that they can participate wholeheartedly in the process, and which would generate a fair and optimal result for the organization also. The participation of employees is quite necessary in the organization for the purpose of evaluation. Now we will discuss about the procedure of job evaluation. As we have discussed in the disadvantages, there are certain things which are not in favor of job evaluation, but still we need to focus on the procedure. The procedure is quite simple and straight. The very first step is analyze and prepare job description and job analysis. So what the question comes in our mind, what is job description or what is job analysis? Job analysis in a broader aspect is an process in which we what we analyze a whole particular job with regard to everything. What are the roles and responsibilities, what we are going to pay, and what are the things in relation to the role and responsibility of that particular employee. When we speak of job description, it means that we have to describe the job. What would be the work of employee? How he or she is going to perform his or her duties? What can be his or her role? That are the part of job description. We have to write each and everything with related to job, so that the employee can clearly understand what he or she has to do, and at the same time the HR personnel would be knowing that what is the role and responsibility of the employee. That is the first thing, analyze and prepare job description. Second thing would be select and prepare job evaluation plan by having an appropriate method. The thing is that we have to select job evaluation plan and we have to prepare it also. How we are going to execute it, what would be the time frame in which we are going to complete it, what step would be necessary, which method we are going to adopt, which method can be feasible for our organization and for our employees. That would be the next part. Next thing would be classification of the jobs which are available in the organization. We have to take the jobs which are of same grade so that we can compare it with the job which we are going to evaluate. So we have to classify the jobs into various categories. For example, we can take, there is an technical department in which we can say there is an welder, there can be a mechanical engineer. Both are performing similar duties in the department, but still their job is quite different. So we have to classify the job. After classifying the job, we have to install the program. In the installing program, we have to apply all the principles which we have discussed. We have to tell each and everything to the employees so that they would be clear what we are going to do in the program. And last thing would be to maintain the program so that it can be utilized for the long run. We have to apply that program in the whole organization so that the evaluation process can be completed easily and with proper framework. Next thing we will discuss about what are the methods or technique of job evaluation. Here we would just discuss the broad classification. We can say that there is two classification of job evaluation. The first one would be non-quantitative methods and second one would be quantitative methods. In the non-quantitative methods we again have two types. First one is ranking method, second one is grading method. While in the quantitative methods we have points ranking method and second one is the factors comparison method. As we have discussed in the principles, all this method gives the point or rank or grades the job, not any kind of personnel is being graded or ranked. Jobs have been graded and ranked. Second thing, we have said that we have to classify the things on the basis of points, not on the basis of monetary values. That is what these methods deal with. In the next lecture, we will discuss in detail about the various methods of job evaluation. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.